Hello, welcome to the stream. Today is another day of drop points for City, sadly. In such an annoying one too, because today the performance wasn't even bad. You know, a lot of days it's been poor, it's been sloppy, giving away the ball, and that's what's resulted to 9 losses in what is now 13 games. We've had a lot of those bad performances, but today it wasn't bad. It was at least decent. It wasn't too bad. There was no one that played horrendous. Some players could have played a bit better, and if we get the win, maybe some players' ratings are a bit higher. But yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't what was necessary to win, and the only department that really could have been better from us today was shooting. We need to take chances. It's ridiculous. If we're going to concede a goal every game, then we need to score. We need to score 2 goals every game. We can't score more than 1 at the moment in most games. Last time we scored more than 1 was Forest at home or Palace away. One of those. We can't seem to finish the job. Today we had so many chances to get the job done. The Vardio hitting the post early. Bernardo, he scored. Then he gets a chance later on, and he misses again. And then he misses. It's a big chance too. It's really well made. Haaland works hard for it, wins the ball, plays it to Foden. Foden plays the ball exactly how he should, and Bernardo, he tries a funky shot. Look, if it goes in, fair play. He's got a lovely goal, but it doesn't go in. He's scored the one chance before, but he couldn't score that one, and you could argue that one was a better chance. It just wasn't there. Savinho, he had a lot of shooting today. I think he's desperate for that goal. I think he really is. I think he wants to see his name on the team sheet. I think he wants to be someone to pick the ball out of the net. I think he wants to see that net nestle when he has a shot. He had really close moments today. He had a volley that was well saved by Pickford. But honestly, it's difficult for him. Of course it is. I feel bad to some extent because he's desperate for it. I don't think that this is how life at City was almost envisioned in his head. Okay, but he needs to get that goal. I think he needs to get it. Not necessarily today. Okay, it would have been very nice if he did, but he needs to get it for his own head so he can be on a good level in his head to know that he's done it, to know that he's gotten a goal. And look, I don't even want to talk about Haaland missing the pen. Look, it's all good and all, not getting many touches. I said in the stream, since November, Haaland has had, across, I believe, Premier League games, he's had 22 touches on the ball since November. And that's like a total count-up. Just hasn't been scoring a ton and hasn't been getting touches on the ball a ton. Today he gets a penalty and he fails to score. It's a bad penalty too. Imagine this is the middle of the goal. This is where the post is. He hits it here. Hits it low here. It's a low. They get half of it right with playing it low. Those shots are very nice. You either want to go top bins or bottom left or just bottom corner. And the goal is get it as far as into that top corner as you can, or get it as far into that bottom corner as you can. And he got it about in the middle. And he got it somewhere in the middle. In the middle, between the middle and the left side, or the right side, whichever. It was just a poor pen, and Pickford, he reads it brilliantly, and he saves it. And since that, we didn't really get many opportunities to amend our mistake. But anyway, I'll move. Ortega, 6 in goal. Look, there's nothing he can do on Ndiaye's strike. It's a brilliant goal. There's so much power on that. It's a pure toe poke. That's not curling. That's not doing anything apart from going into the back of the net. As long as that's on target, it goes in, and it's on target. So I don't blame Ortega. I thought Ortega got everything else right, was sharp throughout the rest of the game. Lewis, I give him a 5.5, mainly because I think he should probably be a bit tighter on Ndie. I think he probably needs to do a smidge better. I think Ndie's just got a bit too much space because he gets a touch and then he shoots. I think that he needs to make sure Ndie can only shoot. I think he got too much time in Ndie, and which gives him the goal. So I give him a 5.5. Rico. He had some good moments there. Like I remember he made a really good run forward, won the ball, and he just passed it to an Everton man. Oh wait, we've got some comments there. Sorry for not reading. Yes, poor, just poor. It's just the shooting, man. It's the shooting. The majority of the performance was fine for me. It was a step in the right direction, is what I would call it. The majority of the performance, but the shooting, the clinicality, it's still not there, no matter what light you paint it in. We still can't really put it in the back of the net. I know we got a goal, but with how many chances we had, we could have had 3 or 4. Ake 6.5. No, Akanji 6.5. I thought he was decent. I give him a smidge lower than Ake, mainly because I think Ake had a bit more to do, had some much more difficult scenarios that he got put into. But anyway, this is Akanji. Akanji, he had good moments. But I think on the cross into Ndie's goal, I think he gets a nick on it. He tries to boot it away and he gets a small nick on it, which I'm not blaming him for the goal, but I just think if he gets more than a nick and he's able to fully boot it away, then it's not a goal. And so subsequently he's made a mistake at the back. That might just be me. 1 win in 13, tell me about it. That might just be me. I'm going off memory here. It's not like I've got the clip replaying on TV. I can't remember it like for like, but yeah, I just can't believe that that we haven't won that. And so I have to look at the goal Everton scored, and I have to look at the chances we missed. Those are the 2 focal points for this game. Ake 7, thought he was man of the match. Thought he actually played really well, but bad news. According to Jack Gore, he got forced off with injury. When's it going to stop? John Stones and Ake injured again. Brilliant. Fantastic. Literally couldn't play a game. What are we doing with our defence? Ake, Diaz, and Stones all out now. Akanji, according to Pep, he's had issues for the last few weeks now. He's only just come back from injury. Who knows if he's even properly back? Leaving only Vardy, Lewis, and Kyle Walker's unfit today. Unwell today, as our only options in terms of first team full defenders and fullbacks. It's so frustrating knowing we have such injury-prone defenders. I love Nathan Ake, I love John Stones, but their injuries are too much to keep up with. This is like their 3rd or 4th injury each this season. It's a bit of a joke, if you ask me. I think it might be Ake's 4th and Stones' 3rd, and we're not even in 2025. Vardy 5.5. I just think he had a few misplaced passes, really. Don't really blame him for the goal. And I also think that, look, if he converts that header at the beginning of the game, which it's supposed, it's 1-0 very early. Then if we go get another goal, 2-0, maybe even 15 minutes, then we've really got a foothold in that game. Our defence is crisis, leaking goals and injuries. The injuries aren't helping because it means we can't get a proper defensive unit together. They can't really build the chemistry if they keep getting injured because they're not there, which is the annoying bit, because partnerships are so crucial in defence. Think of partnerships at clubs at the moment. I think of Gabriel and Saliba. I think of Van Dijk and Konate. Those 2 are just off the top of my head. I know United are going through a bit of a defensive transition, and I don't really know what Chelsea's situation is in the defence. But those 2, it's funny that the 2 best defences in the league are the 2 that have a super well established centre back pairing. Don't tell me Ake is injured. Oh yes, he is. Yeah. Got according to Jack Gorn, he got subbed off again due to being forced off of injury. Which is just the news I wanted to hear. Not. Kova 6. Thought it's alright, had some decent moments. Didn't really do much wrong. I thought he was all right. Couldn't really fault him. Don't really feel like he had an opportunity that he should have scored. I can remember that volley he had that went just wide. But look, volleys are kind of loose cannons anyway. Some of them are going to some of them are going to work. Some of them aren't. Shame that he couldn't convert it. But I'm not really going to go in at him for that. It was a half chance. We had enough full chances to win that game. Bernardo 6.5. Look, what kind of helps him here is that he got the goal. But he needs to take that second one. He absolutely does. Ake and Stones are so injury prone. Would you sell both of them? You see, initially when thinking about this, I thought we only need to sell one. But now when I think of it, it's like they can't even stay fit for one game. Literally, Stones played last game, got injured in it. Ake played this game, got injured in it. They literally can't play a game. And even if they can play a game, they can't play any more than 3. I think a serious convo needs to be had, not just about one, but both of them. Because we can't be paying players that can't play, We can't be playing players that are just sat in our medical bay. I do think maybe we're rushing them back a bit or something, because even this is weird. They come back and just get injured again. It's just like, what am I watching? Savinho 5.5. Look, I don't actually think he was that bad. It's just he had a lot of chances today, or a lot of shots, more like, and he didn't take one of them. If you're gonna shoot a lot, I expect at least some sort of output, and he couldn't do it. Now then, I'm not dissing Savinho much. I'm not trying to put pressure on his back or anything, but there were opportunities today where I thought maybe it was better to pass, and he went for the shot. Complacent Fool says this is City. Welcome back to the chat. I really like the look of Savinho, and I know why he's shooting a lot, because he obviously wants that goal. But if he has a lot of shots and he doesn't score any, it does affect his it does absolutely affect his rating. Savinho only trying to make things happen and won a pen. I would say that, yeah, Savinho does win the penalty today. The golden ticket to retake the lead, and it's probably the worst penalty I've ever seen Erling Haaland take for us. It was a horrendous penalty. Foden 6. I thought he had some decent moments today, Phil. Like that pass to Bernardo, and then Bernardo completely fluffs the shot. I thought that was good. That should easily be an assist for Phil. He had some good moments today, Phil. Well, better moments, compared to the Phil Foden we've seen the previous 4 weeks. It is a weird one with Foden, but I feel like in terms of going a step in the right direction, this was a step in the right direction for Phil. It was a better day for Phil Foden. And for the rest of the team, I don't think the performance was that bad. Okay, I don't even think the performance was bad. It's just we couldn't take it. We couldn't take what we got. We had the opportunities. We had big chances, right before their goal. Right before their goal, Bernardo gets a huge chance, one of the best chances in the game, apart from the penalty, and he completely fluffs it, puts it wide, doesn't even win the corner. Okay, sensational. Connecto, we are right. Injury cycle continues. I know, subbed off an injury again. It's becoming a joke, to be honest with you. It is becoming a joke. Doku 6. Again, I thought he was okay. We got the assist for the goal, which was nice. Other than that, though, I don't really feel like he had too much. I think Seamus Coleman did pretty good on him, to be fair. I think they both did pretty good on each other. What an awful penalty, don't get me started. I thought Doku was all right. He was okay. Good penalty. Haaland look. I think that this is valid to say the least. Didn't really get the service, but the thing is, he got the golden ticket. He got the golden ticket. I'm trying to think of some sort of good analogy. He got the golden ticket to take the game from Everton and give it to us, put us in a good position early into the first half. And it's one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. Look, as a penalty taker, I'm looking at, I take penalties all the time, but common sense, best places to go, as far as you can into the top corners, or as far as you can into the bottom corners. Those are the best areas to go. Or just on a whole, as far as you can on the sides of the goals. Those are the best areas to go because it means the keeper's got to get right across. Here's the middle of the goal. Here's the post. Okay, here's the post. Middle of the goal, post. Gets it about here. He gets it in the middle. Pickford doesn't need to get too far across. You see, Haaland does well in a team that is able to get the service to him. Okay, but in a team that is struggling to create, Haaland struggles probably twice as much. When the team is excelling, Haaland is excelling even more than the rest because the chances are coming. When the team is excelling, Haaland excels double by 2 times. When the team isn't excelling and is struggling to create anything for themselves, never mind for Haaland, he is struggling 2 times as hard. Haaland relies on the team behind him to make the opportunities, and if he isn't getting those opportunities, then he struggles. Okay, that is the type of player Haaland is. Brilliant in a team that is winning and is scoring a lot of goals and is making all sorts of chances, but not so in a team that isn't. Yeah, everyone's allowed. I know there's a bit of fire going on in the chat right now. Look, anyone can think what they want and anyone can disagree with what they want. Disagreeing is fine and having an opinion is fine. But as long as we just keep it civil, then we can still keep this fun and friendly. He had opportunities I can name 4 today. He also missed the biggest chances of the Prem this season. Well, I do agree that Haaland did have the opportunities today. Even if he only gets 1, okay, even if you just look at 1 of his chances, it's a penalty. Penalties, it should be bread and butter. He's meant to be the best striker in the world. That's the thing. That is the thing for me. Penalties are meant to be your ticket to a goal, and we missed our stop. It's such a bad penalty. In terms of the substitutions, I thought they all did all right. I don't think Simpson Poussey was ever going to really make too much of a difference. And they came on quite late anyway. Good. To be fair, De Bruyne came on with about 15 minutes left. I would have liked that probably a smidge earlier. But oh well, I guess, we don't get everything we want, I'm afraid, as has been shown over the last few weeks. Let's keep it civil in the chat, please. Plastic fans are what rival fans call us. Okay, if we start calling each other rival plastic fans, then what does that make us? Okay, let's keep it civil. Man of the match is Nathan Ake for me, though. I just think he was brilliant the whole way through. Had so many times he had a player running in against him. Calvert-Lewin and Breuer, they got no joy on him. He's not at fault for the goal. And for me, he was just brilliant the whole way through. It was just Nathan Ake doing Nathan Ake stuff. No surprise for me. And yeah, I'm really happy with how Nathan Ake did, and I hope he can continue to play well. I hope that the injury he got, although it's probably not, I hope it's just more of a concern as opposed to injury. It's just I really don't want Ake injured. I think he's probably been our best defender this season when he's been on the field, but look, real quickly, I'll just search up Nathan Ake on Transfer Market. Ake Transfer Market. This season he's played 10 games. 10 games out of our... Well, we've had 18 in the Premier League. Started the season coming back from injury, I believe. He was on the bench for the first 2 matches. Then he got 2 minutes at left back against West Ham because he was just probably came back from his injury. Then he got injured in the international break and was out for 4 games. Then he was on bench against Wolves and Southampton, obviously making a bit of a return. Played 73 minutes against Bournemouth. On the bench versus Brighton. Played 45 minutes against Tottenham. Played 90 and 90 against Forest. He got injured against Forest. Out for 2 more games. Was again just back from injury against Villa, and started against Everton until he got subbed off again due to injury. Starting 11, he's started 4 games in the Prem this season for us out of our 18, and has been subbed on 2 times. He's been on the bench for 6 of them and has been injured for 6 of them. Being on the bench was mainly him returning from injury, so let's say you put 4 of those with his injured games, he's missed 10 games in the Premier League due to injury, roughly. And now, if I actually go to his injury history, so we can look at this properly, this season, according to Transfer Market, it's his 2nd injury, but I believe he has had... Today is his 3rd injury, and for his hamstring injury, he missed 34 days and missed 7 games. And the injury after that, the one he's just come back from, he missed 6 games, and now he's gotten another one. So he's missed 13 games due to injury, and then coming back from injury, games on the bench. Yeah, this is basically right. Ake's sensational. Ake and Diaz, only defenders who can actually defend, but yet again rushed back. I know it's getting ridiculous. If we need defenders that bad to the point where we're rushing them back, why not start Simpson Poussey today, man? Stone's not Ake. Ake can be managed. Stone's complacent. Not playing. A little tone off. Come on, but we're not playing well. Haaland's not playing well. Simple as that. We didn't play bad today, We didn't play bad. I was relatively happy with the performance today. It's much better than what we've seen as of recent weeks. It's just I think Haaland needs to take his chances, as well as the rest of the team. Bernardo, he had a huge chance. Vardio, he had a huge header. Those guys should do better too. It's not just him who needs to take those chances better. But the thing is, Haaland's the striker. When he gets a chance, you expect goals. And as of late, we haven't really seen too many from him. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Another difficult one to take. Another difficult pill to swallow. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back, hopefully. Back live tomorrow. Have a great Boxing Day. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Big ups, Blues.